How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another Wonderland video, actually, because today we are going through a completely unbiased, to the best of my ability, because this is my home park, completely unbiased review of Canada's Wonderland, the ultimate review of Canada's Wonderland. We are going to be going through everything from the rides to the food to the scenery of the park and everything. And so, what we're going to start with is the scenery, right? We're going to get straight into it here. The scenery of the park is beautiful, and this is completely unbiased, but it is really beautiful. Any tourist that comes, any newcomers, any enthusiasts that come from out of the country will tell you the same thing, that Wonderland is a very, very beautiful park. The entrance is amazing. It definitely does, from what I've seen on the internet and stuff, it definitely has one of the best entrances in the Cedar Fair chain. And so the entrance is obviously really good with the fountains and all that stuff, the flags, Canadian flags, and all that stuff like that. And then, yeah, obviously you have the Leviathan, Yukon Striker, and the skyline. You can see Behemoth from far. It really is a perfect scenery, and especially at nighttime, it is really nice. It is really beautiful in the nighttime and stuff like that. And so, yeah, the scenery is beautiful. And now, okay, we're gonna get into the food. The food options at Wonderland are a little bit controversial, and they're controversial because a lot of people think that they're not good. A lot of people think that there's stuff in there to get you sick and stuff like that. Me personally, I haven't had everything to eat at Wonderland. What I have had, I've had their Chinese place, I've had their chicken wraps, I had their chicken sandwiches and all that stuff. And to me, they didn't look too bad. Taste too bad. And so those are good. The one thing that people do complain about, though, is that they are overpriced, which is not false. Wonderland food is very overpriced, and it is pretty expensive. You are going to be spending a lot on food there, especially if you do eat a lot, if you're like me, because I am an athlete as well, so I do eat a lot. And so you can imagine that I do spend quite a bit of money, just on food there. And yeah, maybe one meal for yourself would probably lead close to $20 because a lot of the combos don't come with drinks and all that stuff, and even the drinks are pretty overpriced there. And so that is another thing that people complain about. And even some restaurants across the street, because I do know that there's a Subway across the street. I did buy from there one time, and I don't recall paying that much for a foot-long sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. So a lot of the restaurants that are even like not even in Wonderland, but just across the street from Wonderland, I believe that there's a Kelsey's there, there's a Keg and stuff like that. Those are understandably, those are their own companies and stuff like that. But the Subways and all that stuff are fairly overpriced still. And so if you want, you're going to probably have to go to a Kelsey's or a Keg, unless you're willing to pay the price for Subway and stuff like that, or even pay the price for Wonderland food and stuff like that. And so if you're willing to do that, then you're fine. But if you don't want to pay the price for Wonderland food, then yes, Subway is a good option. A lot of people do go there. There's also a Kelsey's around there. Like I said, there's a Keg. And there are a few other restaurants that are around there that are not coming to mind right now. But there are a variety of food options around there. I believe that there's a Wendy's down the street from Wonderland. There's also a Tim Hortons down the street from Wonderland and all that stuff. And so that's what's coming to my memory right now. And yeah, so their food options are very expensive, but it is fairly good. From what I've tasted, I haven't got sick from any of the food that I've tasted from Wonderland or anything like that. And so, which is a good thing. And I haven't heard any friends of mine, any enthusiast friends of mine, or any friends in general that have ate at Wonderland have gotten sick. Now, I have seen stuff on social media where the food does look a little bit gross, and yes, there are some places in Wonderland that I haven't tried, that I have heard bad things about. And so a couple of the places that I will recommend eating is Backlot Cafe. That is probably my number one recommendation, right by Flight Deck. Backlot Cafe is probably the best option for you. They have a variety of things. Next would be Coaster's Diner, I believe that it's called. Their pizza is good as well. I think pizza is a good option for you there. Roadside chicken is really good. And then they obviously there's the beaver tails and there's the funnel cakes, but that isn't actual food. That's more of like a snack. Even though I couldn't finish a whole funnel cake, um, nobody can. um, but maybe that'll be a challenge video for one day. Finish a funnel cake. But anyway, yeah, they have a pizza there, and I don't think I've tried the pizza, but it's pizza, so there's no harm from that. And yeah, and they have a variety of other options. Obviously, they have a Chinese place there, which is good. I've tried that before, and and yeah, so those options that I mentioned there are good. There are a couple other places in Wonderland that I haven't tried and I didn't pay too much attention to, mainly because I do eat similar things when I do go to Wonderland. Like I've gotten the chicken wrap a couple times because I'm a huge fan of chicken wraps for whatever the case may be. And obviously, I'm a burger person, a sandwich person, so I get the chicken sandwich or a burger there whenever I can. And so, yeah, the beef burgers are pretty generic, pretty basic beef burgers and stuff like cheeseburgers and stuff like that. So, yeah, but they're good. There's nothing wrong with them. Their fries are good. Everything's good there. And so, from what I've tried. So those options that I just listed there for you is options that I've tried and that I've seen that I've heard that are good, and I would recommend those. My number one recommendation again is Backlot Cafe. Yes, you're gonna be paying a price, but you're gonna be paying a lot for food anyway when you go to Wonderland. Now, another thing that I will recommend, and something that I did not know about because obviously I became an enthusiast a little later in the summer after I bought my season's pass. When you buy your season's pass, you have the option to get a meal plan with your season's pass, and so what that does, it depends on the meal plan you get. I believe there's a certain meal plan where you have, I believe it is 2 or 3 free meals for the day. I believe you have one at 11 or 12. I'm not sure the exact times. Then you have one in the middle of the day. And then I think you have a dinner as well. And so I would definitely recommend, and what I'm going to do also for when I do purchase my next year's season's pass, is get a meal plan, because meal plans will come in very handy. Whereas you pay everything right. Obviously there's the monthly payment for the passes and all that stuff, but right when you buy your pass, you buy the meal plan and all that stuff. You'll get a wristband. You can also excuse me, you can also get a drink plan. And when you get into the front gate and all that stuff, you get a wristband for your drinks and stuff free. You have a free drink plan there at certain times. I believe it's every 8 minutes or so. And so yeah, that's the food. I really went in depth with the food there. I'm surprised it's not a food video. That could have been a whole separate video. But yeah, that's really the food in depth there. Now we're gonna get into the rides. Obviously, you have the big three: Leviathan, Behemoth, and Yukon Striker. The five that I'm putting on here is obviously the big three, and then Vortex and Mindbuster, which is my top five roller coasters at Wonderland. Yes, I know Vortex is back up there in my top five. But yeah, this is my top five roller coasters, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is going over the rides. Leviathan, a 306-foot B&M Giga coaster, best coaster in the park, best roller coaster in Canada. And then that can also be debated with Behemoth, the 230-foot hyper coaster, which a lot of people like more than Leviathan. So that's up for debate there. Then you have the 200 and I believe 13 feet Yukon Striker. Dive coaster is what Yukon Striker is, and has a drop of 200. I forgot the numbers for Yukon Striker, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a 245-foot drop. The drop is steeper than the lift, because of it goes underwater and stuff like that. You guys can watch my Yukon Striker review and stuff like that. I did forget the stats for Yukon Striker a little bit, so I could be off with those numbers. So let me know if I was wrong with that. And then obviously you have three GCI coasters, two which being in the main part, Mindbuster and Wild Beast. Then you have Ghoster Coaster and Planet Snoopy. And yeah, it has a variety of rides. Now, what Wonderland is known for is their flat rides. Obviously they're known for, the big three: Leviathan, Behemoth, Yukon Striker. But other than that, what's talked about a lot is their flat rides. And what I've heard from other enthusiasts, I haven't got the chance to visit other parks in the Cedar Fair chain. Um, yeah, I've not got to visit other parks in the Cedar Fair chain because I don't have that luxury right now. But I will eventually. I will visit those eventually. I will visit some Six Flags parks and stuff like that. But from what I've heard from other enthusiasts is that Wonderland does have probably the best selection of flat rides. When you talk about Shockwave, you talk about Lumberjack, and so many others, Windseeker, and all of these rides, they have a very wide selection of flat rides, and that is what they're known for, with the exception of their big three coasters. Their flat rides is what they're known for. So a couple that I'll recommend checking out is Sledgehammer, which is closed quite often. So if it's open when you're there, I would definitely recommend checking that out. Shockwave is fun. It might be scary for some people, but Shockwave is fun. Obviously, the one that I have not yet to try because it's always gotten closed when I went to line up for it is Windseeker. I've not gotten luck with that one yet. But hopefully soon. There's Windseeker that you should try definitely. Skyhawk, where you can control your own flips and all that stuff. I have yet to even get a single flip on Skyhawk, but maybe soon, maybe one day. um, so the Skyhawk. Obviously, you have the Drop Tower, which I've not tried yet, but I probably will eventually. And yeah, there's those coasters that come to. There's those flat rides, sorry, that come to mind that you should definitely check out. I'm also running back the five that I was playing: Leviathan, Yukon, Behemoth, Mindbuster, and Vortex, just because those are the five that I wanted to show for this video. But yeah, they have a very good selection of flat rides, and so now the overall of what I think of Wonderland, right? The overall conclusion and all that stuff, and this is completely unbiased, and trust me, it was very hard to be unbiased for this video because this is my home park. I go here almost every weekend, and it and so I am a little bit biased when it does come to it. So I had to try my best to completely be unbiased and completely look at everything that Wonderland does wrong, what they do right, what they can work on, and stuff like that. And so stuff that that they do right, their flat rides are amazing. Their safety is amazing. I've made a video on safety, specifically talking about Canada's Wonderland. They do a great job at making sure that you are safe at Canada's Wonderland. They go through daily inspections before the park opens, while the park is open, and sometimes even late at night. Inspections daily, testing daily, and all that stuff. They make sure that you are safe. The last thing any operator wants is an accident on a ride that they were operating, because that not only puts their job in jeopardy, but then obviously someone's life in jeopardy and stuff like that. And so Wonderland does not want that. Wonderland does not want accidents, and there hasn't been many accidents. I can't even think of an accident that did happen at Wonderland. And if there was, you guys can let me know, but I haven't heard of one. All I've heard of is rides getting stuck, which happens, which is most likely in E-Stop. And I've made a video on that as well. It's also my safety video. But their safety is great. Now, the prices are a bit crazy when it comes to Canada's Wonderland, like I talked about. Whether you're buying T-shirts, whether you're buying a bag, whether it's food, the prices are fairly high. And so that is one thing that, obviously, any amusement park you go to, that's going to be the case. And so I can't say that Wonderland needs to work on that, because Wonderland is the most visited park in North America, most visited seasonal park in North America. Their prices are going to be fairly high. And so that's why I say, if you're going to get a season's pass, invest in a meal plan, invest in a drink plan, all that stuff. And Another thing is that I will say to invest in is Fastlane. Now you can get an all season Fastlane when you get your season's pass. It is a bit pricey. It is really up there. I can't remember the exact price right now, but once you do get that, all of that, right? Once you get your all seasons Fastlane, your drink plan, your meal plan, that's that. Right, you don't have to buy Fastlane ever again for the season. You don't have to buy. You don't really have to buy food for the rest of the season, right? All you have to do is really your monthly payments for your season's pass and stuff like that. And so that's really it. And yeah, so my overall review of Canada's Wonderland, definitely visit. Definitely visit. That may or may not be unbiased. But I think anybody will tell you to visit Canada's Wonderland, even people who it's not their home park. You should definitely visit Canada's Wonderland if you haven't. Um, there's so much to do at Canada's Wonderland. There's good food there, even though yes, it's expensive, like we talked about. Their rides are amazing. Like I said, their flat rides, the selection of flat rides are amazing. They also have a new one coming in 2023, Tundra Twister, and also a new family launch coaster coming in, Planet Snoopy in 2023 as well. So two new rides coming in the next year, which I have made a video on already as well. And so yeah, this park Wonderland is a good park, and I definitely recommend posting. Wow, recommend visiting if you haven't already. And I think we should give Wonderland overall rating. I'm gonna give Canada's Wonderland, and this is gonna be so hard not to be biased with the rating. And I really didn't want to do a rating, but I'm gonna give Wonderland an 8 out of 10. And that was straight off the top. I did not think about that, so I might change my mind later. But I'm gonna give Wonderland an 8 out of 10. And maybe as I visit other parks, that rating may change. But right now, I'm gonna give Wonderland an 8 out of 10 because they treat everybody well, right? Their customer service as well. I've had good conversations with the ride operators. I've had good laughs with ride operators and stuff like that, and the workers there and stuff like that. There was actually one time where I didn't realize that I had no money left on my Wonderland card, and I bought food, and there was a worker there that I already had my food and stuff, and she was like, you know what, you should just take it, right? So the Wonderland staff there is really nice. They treat their they treat the visitors at the park very well. And so, yeah, there's nothing wrong with customer service there. I've had very good luck with people at Canada's Wonderland and stuff like that, whether it's people working there, whether it's people in line and stuff like that. I've met quite a few people at Canada's Wonderland, and it's such a great place. Obviously, there's, the few people at parks that, act a bit childish. But other than that, it's a good park to visit, and I definitely recommend. Overall rating is an 8. But yeah, this was a very long video, but it was the ultimate review of Canada's Wonderland, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Right, I'm gonna try and post a lot more on this channel. But it's hard to come up with things, especially during the off season. It's gonna be hard to come up with videos to post. Maybe I'll have a Wonderland vlog before the season ends, coming to this channel. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you guys want challenge videos, we could do that as well. And so yeah, I'm definitely down. I'm open for any options, and I posted on my Instagram story what you guys wanted to see, and the answers were just insane. I mean, like, I was genuinely looking for answers there. But anyway, that's my fan base for you. That's my friends for you. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think of Wonderland. Is this your home park? And if it's not, have you visited Wonderland and what did you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.